What are we doing? That's my question. What are we talking about today? Let's see. See inside. What did I do? Oh, let me zoom out, you guys. I'm so sorry. And it's kind of tricky trying to work with one screen. I guess the best place to put the chat is like here. Is that a good place for it? Yeah. I don't know, Neil. Like, what age range am I talking about? That's that's off topic. Let's see. I just put the link. I just did it. You can't do what, Daniel? What can't you do? I don't understand your question or statement. That's a different one. That's a different one. That's different. That is a different project. This is the project, okay? The project is 422-198-733. Okay? That's the only project we're posting or talking about, okay? We'll share projects like towards the end, like, let's worry about sharing our projects once we're at the end, okay? All right, but I want to talk to you guys. We talked about Booleans. Look at me go. See, this was when I was sloppy. I figured out a better way to handle this. I think instead of pretending that numbers are Booleans, I was pretending that strings were Booleans. When it's loading, it takes more time. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, Daniel. Just the only way to deal with long load times is to wait patiently. That's the only solution I've ever come up with. Okay. So we talked a little bit about Booleans. So we talked about strings and Booleans and numbers, right? Like the difference between strings and, does anybody remember what a string is? Who knows what a string is? Or did we talk about it at all? Let me see if we talked about it at all. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. Oh, we have the join. We have join, my name is. Let's see, you can't play it. Words. Yes, it could be words. If you need words, you're going to need strings for those. Collection of characters. Excellent. Awesome. Okay, if you're new, this is coding for beginners. We're using a website called Scratch to think about coding ideas. So far, we've talked about computational thinking, which I hope you guys all remember. We've talked about data types, like the difference between what a number is versus what a string is. A string is a collection of characters, and characters are symbols like alphabetical letters, or the symbols we use for numbers, or exclamation points and things like that. Even the space is a character. So all that stuff collected together can make a string. That's one thing. And then there's only two possible Booleans, okay? There's only two possible Booleans. How do you play it? How do you play it? Grace, I'm glad you asked that, Grace. So everybody who wants to know how you go into Scratch, let's do this. I'm going to get an anonymous browser, okay? And then I'm going to go to scratch.mit.edu, okay? And then I'm going to click join. It's going to ask me a bunch of questions. I'm going to answer honestly. Okay, make an account. Once you're in the account, then I guess I'll just go to the home page again. Once you're in the account, this is what you should see, more or less, okay? You'll have your own projects up here in the My Stuff tab. There's a create to create a new project and an explore to look at other people's stuff. But up until this point, what we've talked about was we've talked about the different data types. We've talked about event listeners, okay? Let me see if I can just go back. Where was I? Was it here? Was this it? This was it. Okay, we talked about event listeners, which listen for events. As soon as an event happens, like when I hit the right arrow, then it runs code, okay? All right. We talked a little bit about Booleans, right? We talked about variables. These are things that I can store values in and give them names to. So kitty speed is 8. So here I can refer everywhere I see kitty speed here. The Scratch is going to see the number 8. Okay, because that is the value that I've assigned to kitty speed. Like when the flag is clicked, it assigns the values and so on and so on. Okay? All right. That's right. A Boolean is true or false. That means there's only 2 possible Booleans in the universe. There will never be a third Boolean. There are only 2 Booleans. Right? So we talked a little bit about conditional statements. Let's talk about loops and lists. Are we ready for like a big idea today? Who's ready to talk about something a little? It's not that complicated. I hope I don't make it complicated because it's not complicated. I don't want to make it complicated. Like a lot of times, if you feel confused, if you're in a class and you feel confused, like literally 9 times out of 10, the idea is not hard and you're not slow. The teacher's just making it harder than it has to be. Okay, that's what you gotta keep that in mind. Okay, so I hope I don't make it more complicated than it has to be. Okay. So let me see if I can reflect how simple it really is. A list is just a list, like a grocery list is a list of stuff. I'm gonna make a list, okay? A for loop is like when something happens again and again. Loops in programs are when something happens again and again, okay? And lists are collections of things in a specific order. Okay, that's a big thing. There's the first item in the list. There's a second item in the list, maybe, if it's more than 1 item long. Okay, so what should we make a list out of? Somebody give me an idea, because I always do the days of the week, and I'm tired of that. Somebody give me a good idea for a list. What should I make a list of? I want to make a list. Months. Food, fruits. I'm going to go with food. Like a lot of people are saying food. Fruits is that's an excellent idea. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Fruits. Okay, fruits. I'm going to make a list of fruits. Okay, so this is how it works. To make a list in Scratch, I'm going to go to my variables tab. Okay. And so, like, let's just pseudocode it out first so that you can just remember everybody that it is in fact not complicated. This is my list, okay? This is going to be in my list of, wait. No, I need to, okay, all right. This is my list, okay, ready? Number 1, apples. Okay? Number 2, bananas. 3, grapes. Okay? And 4. I forgot what 4 is. What's 4? I already forgot. Oranges. Okay, thank you. Excellent. So we have apples, bananas, grapes, and oranges, okay? I'm going to make this list. This is a list, okay? You get it? We all clear? Okay. This is how I do it in Scratch, okay? In Scratch, I'm going to make my own block, okay? I'm just going to like separate this out. This is going to be the process of creating the list. So I need my own block for it, okay? Just to keep it separate. So I'll go down here to my blocks and I'll say make a block. This is going to be my block, okay? I'm going to call it make, lowercase m, make, and then capital L, list. So once again, if you're new to programming, this is called camel case, and this is one version of naming our things in our code. You start with a lowercase letter, and then every word after that gets a capital letter because there's no spaces, okay? There are other ways to handle that problem, but this is the way. See, the problem is that you don't want to use spaces, basically. So it's just different solutions for that. Okay, so to make a list, I'm going to say, okay, I'm gonna go to my variables tab, and now I need to make a list. Okay, so here's my list. I'm gonna call it fruits. Okay. The project is about using lists and loops, Eli. We're going to be using lists and loops today, okay? Okay, if you have other fruit that you want to see in the list, go ahead and add those fruits to your list, okay? It's not going to break the code. We're going to make it so that it accommodates for any fruit you want to put. So if you have a fruit that you have in mind, definitely put that in your own list, okay? But right now, my list is going to be what? Apples, and then bananas, and then grapes, and then oranges. It does matter what order they're in. That is important, okay? So here's make a list, okay? I have my list now. I created a list called fruits. Okay, so now I have these other blocks available to me. See how they opened up? They're like deep red. They're like dark red, reddish orange. This is a block that says add thing to fruits. Okay, so I'm gonna add a thing to fruits. I'm gonna add apples, okay? And I'll just like, I can just keep doing this. How many times do I need to do this? 4 times. So I got 4 types of fruits, okay? Bananas, grapes, and oranges. Okay. Here we go. So there's the final list. And now that I have this block, I can actually execute the code that I've attached to it by going to my blocks. And now you see my make list block is right here, available for me to use. To call, okay? This is called invoking the function or calling the function, okay? See the pink block? This is like defining a function. Make list is a function. It's called my block. Okay, it's my own personal block. It's a function, okay? And in a way, yes, all the blocks are functions, but it's a custom function, okay? So just remember that, okay? This is a custom function, okay? It's called make lists. And now I'm going to call it or invoke it by attaching it to the when flag clicked. So when the flag is clicked, it's going to set the kitty's rotation style to left and right, set all the variables to what they need to be, and make the list. So I click the flag, and now you can see I have a list. It has 4 things in it. And I don't think we'll start new tomorrow. I don't know. I mean, Tamarai, I think that what I'm gonna do is that today is gonna be the last day that we kind of cover basics, and then tomorrow we'll kind of put these skills to use towards an end, right? Like somebody was like, "What's this project about?" Well, it doesn't have a clear goal other than to teach you like one by one the different tools in the toolbox. But what would it make sense? Would you teach somebody how to build a house just by taking them to the hardware store and like pointing out, this is a hammer, that's a screwdriver, without ever showing them actually building a house? Would that make much sense? No. So really, when we learn to code, like as you learn to code, this is the best thing to do, okay? Yes, you have to dedicate a little bit of time like we've been doing up to this point. Yes, you have to like, this is a loop, this is a variable, this is a conditional statement. Yes, you have to learn that stuff. There's no getting around it. But you're not going to be able to learn to code if you don't do your own project. You need to have a goal. You need to have something you want to do, okay? Some program you want to make, okay? Just going through like skill by skill, one by one, that's not going to cut it. It's not going to cut it for anything else you do either. You need to have your motivation in your mind, okay? So tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but on Friday or whenever we meet again, we're going to start doing our own like a project. We're just going to figure out something that we want to do. Okay, like a real project, you know, like Make the Kitty Move is fun and cool. We might build off of it. I'm not saying we won't. I'm just saying that not necessarily. But okay, so you kind of get the idea of what the pink block does. You kind of get the idea of what the add apples, add bananas does. But watch what happens now. If I click the flag again, then you can see that it added 4 more to the list. Okay, well, they were already there. If I click it and I keep clicking it, now my list is way too long. Look, my list is like 48 items deep. No way. So I need to modify my make list function by beginning it with new blocks. So I'll go into my variables, I'll go down into my red list blocks, and I'll say delete all of fruits. And that's the first thing that it's going to do when it makes the list. It's going to empty the list before it does anything. So now I can click the flag until I'm blue in the face, and I'm only going to get, what do you call it? I'm only going to get, I'm only going to get 4 items in my list. Don't spam in the chat. If you spam in the chat, you're going to get kicked out of class. Yeah, that's disrespectful to the other attendees. Okay. So let's see. Okay, so let's see. All right, that's kind of a little bit about, like, that's what a list is. So let's like actually show you, like, what can you say what variables do again? Yes, variables store values. Okay, I have a variable called kitty speed. It stores the value of 8, the number 8. So anytime I call kitty speed in the code, see this code right here? When right arrow key is pressed, change x by kitty speed. Well, x is how far to the right of the middle of the screen he is. So when it says change x by kitty speed, that means add 8 to it. Okay? So right now, look at his x. It's minus 31. Okay? If I click the right arrow, then it's going to add 8 to that, making it minus 23. Add 8 more, now it's minus 15. Add 8 more, now it's minus 7. Add 8 more, now it's 1. Now it's 9. Now it's 17. Okay? Now, if I go up to the variable and I want to change it to like 10 or something like that, you know, now if I click the right arrow, look, his x value is 17. So if I click right, what's going to happen? It's going to be 25. It's because I actually have to like click the flag in order for this set kitty speed to 10 to actually set kitty speed to 10. Okay? So I'm going to click the flag. Now the kitty speed is 10. It's going to go from 25 to 35, 45, 55. Okay? That's a variable. The nice thing is I can go down, like, because I've defined my value in one place, that is going to apply to all my directions. Okay? So if I change this to 100, okay, and I click the flag to set kitty speed to 100, now it doesn't matter which direction I press, because every direction is relying on that kitty speed variable. So they all increase and decrease by 100. Okay? That's one thing that a variable does. The other thing that a variable does is it's easy to read why you have that number. Like, it's like, if it's just a number floating in space, then you have to remember what it is. But by calling it kitty speed, and here having kitty speed the name, if I've named it well, then I should be able to tell, oh, that's the speed of the cat, right? That's however many pixels he moves when I press over, okay? So that's a variable, okay? All right, now then, the list here is helpful to us because I can actually loop over the list. I'm actually going to take it off the screen. Okay, just trust me when it's apples, bananas, grapes, and oranges. I'm going to remove it from the little screen area. And matter of fact, let me get rid of that. So to loop over the list, we can use a loop. And I'm going to go into my control blocks, which is where my loops are. And I'm going to grab this repeat block, okay? And so, let's see. We had the space. We had the leave me alone. Okay. when I hit spacebar, what happens now is friendly is set to true. And so it asks if friendly is true, then say hello. Say my name is whatever kitty name was, which is Sam. Okay, the kitty's name is Sam. So I'm going to hit space and he says, hello, my name is Sam. Okay, that's the code that ran because the kitty was friendly. If the kitty was not friendly, it would say leave me alone. But we talked about that last time. This time, after the kitty gets done talking, he's going to start thinking, okay? He's done his talking, now he's going to ponder. He's going to ponder life's big questions, which would be what fruits there are in his fruit list, okay? So instead of repeating 10 times, like I could repeat 10 times. Let me show you something, repeat 10 times. I don't know. Let's say repeat 10 times. I'll go to the motion blocks and I'll say turn 15 degrees. Repeat 10 times, turn 15 degrees, okay? So I'll hit space. Hello, my name is Sam. And then 10 times he's going to turn 15 degrees. Although I don't, yeah, okay. Sorry, his whole rotation is left, right. So maybe what I'll do is I'll go to the control and I'll have it wait, but not a whole second, please. Let me wait. Here, I'll go to my operators. I'll wait like 1/5 of a second, okay? Or 1/4 of a second, okay? That's fine. So it'll wait like 1/4 of a second, like 1/4 of a second every time, and then it'll turn 15 degrees and stuff. But before he does that, remind me to go into my motion and set his rotation style, because I think I had it the other way around. I'm going to set his rotation style to all around, and then I'll set his rotation style back to left to right when he's done. Okay, very good. So now I'll hit the space bar. Hello, my name is Sam. And then he gets done saying that, and now he's going to like rotate. You see what I mean? And it happened 10 times. Okay? If I want to put more, like I can repeat it as many times as I want, but I don't want to do any of this. I don't really want him spinning around. That's not a real thing that I want to do. I wanted to iterate over my list. And iterating over the list is just going through each item one by one and looking at each item one by one. To do that, I don't want to repeat 10 times. I want to repeat the number of times, like I want to repeat 4 times. Why? Because my list is 4 items long. So I'm going to go into my list. Remember when I said you could add more fruit to the list and we would still account for that? This is how that happens, okay? I'm going to get the length. Now, if you get the length, there is a length, okay, in the operators, the string operator of length. If I ask for the length of my list, okay, if I ask for the string, like the green string version of the length, then it's going to give me 29, okay? But I don't want 29. I want 4. If you guys can tell me, like, extra prizes for anybody who tells me, like, why it's, you know, why I would get 29 out of this, okay? It's a string operator, okay? There's your clue. But so I don't want the string operator length. I want this one. See this guy? It's red. Deals with lists. Okay, so repeat length of fruits. Okay? So, and then the length of fruits is, of course, 4. Okay? So, that's right, Jill. It is counting the characters. Very good. But anyway, the red one is only going to count, like, how many list items are in the list. Okay, so it's going to say, oh, there's 4. Okay? That's what the red one does. The green one gave you the characters. The red one gives you the number of items. So for each item, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say item 1 of fruits. Like what it's going to be is it's going to think. Okay, so I'll grab the look think item 1 of fruits. But here's my problem. Okay, this is my problem that I have is that if I say it now, if I do it now, like I just want to take away this hi, my name is thing for a second. Like we can put it back, I guess, but maybe he'll think about the fruits first. Okay, so I hit space, and then he's going to think apples, 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 apples. Okay, and then eventually he'll be like, hi, you know? Okay, well, that's because I'm only asking for item 1 every time, okay? What I need to do is I need to ask for like one item, one after the other. So I need another variable to know where I am. And so I'll just be like, I'll make a variable that's a number. I'll call it current fruit. Okay? Current fruit. And so before, look, ooh, I'm so tempted to just throw it away. But I'll put it off to the side, okay? Let's just focus on this for a second. Only the counting of the fruit, or the thinking about the fruit, or whatever. I need to have this current fruit variable. It is a number, yes, but when it's here, it needs to be 1. So I'm going to set current fruit. Like when I hit the space bar, I'm going to set current fruit to 1. Okay? And now it's going to think item current fruit of fruits for 2 seconds. Okay? Maybe I'll make it 1 second just so that it doesn't take forever to go through. But remember, if I click if I click the space bar now, he's still only going to think apples because I'm actually not changing the value of current fruit. Okay? So what I need to do is I need to go in and I need to say current fruit, change current fruit by 1. Every time it goes through the loop, change current fruit by 1. Very good. So now if I hit space, he's going to say apples, bananas, grapes, oranges. And then he's going to stop, and then he's going to be like, oh, he's not going to say anything because I didn't put that back. Sorry. Maybe I'll even wait for a second. That would be nice. If he just waits, he stops and pauses before speaking. That would be nice too. So I'll space, hit space bar, apples, bananas, grapes, oranges. And then he stops, and then he says hello. Okay? Are we in? Did we do it? John, do you understand what I'm saying? I'm talking about lists. There are lists in Roblox. If you want to make Roblox games, this is like fundamental to that discussion. You gotta understand lists. Okay? There's lists in Roblox, okay? They're called tables. All right? You want to see how to do that? We could talk about Lua. Lua table. Okay? Here it is, okay? Tables in Lua. All right? Let's do this, you guys. Forget Scratch. Let's do Lua. Let's program Roblox. You ready? Just kidding. Goodness gracious. You look at this stuff. This is Lua. Programming in Lua. Here you go. Here it is. This is a hacker screen. You want to see a hacker screen? I got my hacker screen right here. This is my hacker screen right here, you guys. This is a command line. Ooh, let me see all the files in this folder. Oh, let me go back up to the parent directory and see all the files there. Wait a minute, where am I? CD home. What? This is a message. Wait, I am in a hacker screen. Goodness gracious. Ubuntu. CD ... What now? David Williamson 82. Oh, it's because this is like a whole different subsystem. Okay, look. Look, here's my hacker screen, okay? You ready? We're gonna go down to the tutorial, okay? This is how you use the text editor. Alright, we're good. This is Emacs, okay? Don't use it. Don't really use Emacs, okay? I mean, if you can, if you want to, but don't. Okay, wow, let's see. I still want to loop though. I want to loop over something because you know what? We still have yet to talk about this, but notice something. I want to talk about my kitty. I want to talk about the movement for a second, and 100 is too many pixels to move at once. So let me go back. Let me set it to something more reasonable like 6. Okay, I click the flag, I set the kitty speed back to 6. Okay, here we go. All right. The problem is that if I hold down both up and right, guess what's going to happen when I hold both up and right? He's going to go up. What if I hold both down and right? Or down and left, I mean. Down and right, up and right. I think it depends on which one you do most recently. Well, the point is this, you guys. The reason that I have this problem, I cannot move diagonally. I cannot move diagonally. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Here, I'll put the kitty somewhere else, okay? Let's put him, okay, there. Much better, right? Much better, okay. Let's see. I want to move diagonally, okay? Look, down and to the right. Ready? Oh, wait. Let me actually focus on my screen. Down and to the right? No. So how do I accomplish this? What I really need to do, I'm gonna grab a new sprite for this, okay? I'll choose a sprite. I'm gonna choose the bat. This is the best sprite for this demonstration, okay? Hands down. It's the first one I picked, and it's the one that works the best. I'm gonna change it into 40% of his size. I'm gonna move the kitty back down. Oh, the kitty's getting scared. It's too scared to be in the sky. Let me get rid of my variables. Settle down, everybody. Settle down, settle down, settle down. Okay. Not you guys, but the variable displays. Here's my bat. It doesn't have any code yet. What I need to do is I need to animate the bat, because look, the bat has like 4 costumes, okay? So remember how I told you that loops are a thing? Watch this. When I click the flag, I need to put the chat somewhere. I gotta put it somewhere. When I click the flag, inside of a loop that goes on forever and ever, I'm going to wait. Once again, I am going to wait 1/4 of a second. So I'll grab my division operator and I'll say 1 in the numerator and 4 in the denominator. And now I'm ready to go up to my looks blocks and say next costume. Okay, so watch this. Click the flag. There it is. You see it? And it'll just do that until I click stop. So it's like green light, red light, green light, red light. Okay, very good. So with my bat, I'm going to grab another when flag clicked, okay? This is also going to be a when flag clicked. When flag clicked. But I don't want it to interfere with his animation, so I'm putting it in a separate block, okay? And so here I am also going to get a forever loop. This is also going to just keep happening until I click stop, okay? I'll just put it down here so that we can see what I'm up to. And so for this, I'm going to handle his motion, okay? Now, we talked a little bit about Booleans, and we talked a little bit about if, then, else statements. Here's my if, then block. Okay, I only want the code here to run if whatever Boolean I stick up here evaluates to true. I can get a Boolean based on the keyboard up in here in these sensing blocks. What color is that? Cyan? Aqua? I don't know. Teal? I don't know. Not sure. It's not aubergine, I'm pretty sure. I will. Yes, I will send the link, Bella. Absolutely. Okay, so this is the key space pressed. Okay? Okay, we're going with light teal. Jocelyn says light teal, that's what we'll call it. The light teal blocks are sensing blocks, and this one right here senses whether a key is pressed and returns a Boolean. So if the key is pressed, it's going to all evaluate to true. Now, I already used the arrow keys for my kitty, so I think for the bat, I'm going to use W, A, S, and D for my movement. So I'm just going to grab W over here, and I'm going to stick that right up in there. Now, if you remember very carefully, I already have logic to deal with moving up. So I'm going to go over to the kitty, and I'm going to change Y by kitty speed. I'm just going to drag this over, okay? And I'm going to drag that over there, okay? So here's the bat. And now inside the bat, I have this change Y by kitty speed. I'm going to stick that inside of my if W key. If my W key pressed is true, then it's going to change Y by the kitty speed, okay? So I'll put that in the forever loop. But before I do that, let me just duplicate it and put it over here. And I might as well, I don't know, I might as well just duplicate it with it empty, and you'll see why in a second. Because I just have to go one by one into the kitty and get all the directions out of it. So let's see. I'll grab the left, drag it into the bat, grab the right, drag it into the bat, and notice that it really is just copying them. It looks like I'm actually removing it, but then when I let go, you'll see that, oh, it remains in the kitty, so I've only copied these. But let's see. Change kitty speed. Change Y by -1. Okay, that belongs to down. That means going down. Changing Y by -1 is down. Or what? Negative kitty speed, you know. And down is the S key. I'm going to use the S key to make the bat go down. Okay? And then change X by positive kitty speed. That would be moving to the right, which I will assign to the D key. Okay. And then changing the X by minus kitty speed is going to belong to going left, which is set to the A key. Okay, so I guess I should spatially organize these. Or actually, it doesn't even matter because they have to go inside the forever loop. W, A, S, D, A, S, D. And notice how I'm putting them. They're all like on basically the top layer of the forever loop, essentially. So they're all parallel, they're all siblings, okay? The if blocks are siblings. They're children of the forever block, okay? The change Y by kitty speed is a child of this if block, okay? There's, you know, so parents, siblings, children, you get it, I hope. We could talk about that more if you want. I could review that a little bit. The only problem is that if I go left, then yeah, okay, all right. If I go left, then he's going to turn upside down, and I don't want that, so I got to go into motion and change his rotation style to the left-right style. All right. Okay, so stop and go. So now, look, he can go upside down. Okay, so by using, instead of event handlers, which is the way that the kitty moves, the kitty just listens for events, which means that if a new event happens, then the other code stops running. It gets, like, that process gets interrupted. Okay, so it just depends. Like if I'm moving right and then all of a sudden I hit down, instead of going diagonally, he's going to start going down. It's whichever one you hit most recently. Okay, but the bat, on the other hand, oh no, the bat can go 8 different directions. Okay? The link to Roblox Studio, man, you Shriyan, if you can tell me why the bat moves 8 directions instead of 4, then I will certainly share the link to Roblox Studio. Tell me why the bat moves 8 directions instead of 4, and I'll do it. Just like that. Okay. Is that cheating? Should I just explain it? I thought I already did. I can't move the bat. The forever block. Okay, what am I doing in the forever block? Here, I'll even put it. Tell me what's up. What's happening here? Myra, it can end right now if you want. You can close the window. Let's see. Yeah, all right. Well, okay, look. I'll say it again. I'll say it again. That's okay. Let's talk about what's happening with the bat. Because this was just a day, I just wanted to talk about loops. That's all I wanted to do. I put it in a loop. Yes, I did put it in a loop. I put it in a loop where it was doing these. It asks every time it goes through the loop, it actually asks for all 4 keys. Okay, I might only be pressing 1 key, but it's still continuing to ask. Every time it moves, you can bet that it asked for which key was pressed. Okay, because I think I can actually go to looks and I can just say just say. Okay, if the bat can just say whatever. So I'll say W and then duplicate it. Uh-oh, that's not good. Wait, hold on. Yeah, just say A, and then duplicate S and D. Okay. Okay, I'll put it right there. Just so you can see that it's continually what you could say polling, querying. Here, watch. So I'll start it up and look. Oh, really? Oh, because it's only if it's true. Okay, all right. Let me do it like this then. Let me do it like this. Hey, what's behind there? No. Okay, look. That's pretty funny. Oh, wow. If you just say the say block, then he actually does not stop. He just like lets it hang. Okay, wait a second. Just like that. All right. Now what? Let me see if this even. I'm afraid. I'm afraid to do this. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. I don't think it's working. I don't think my say blocks are working out very well. Oh man. Once you understand these ideas, it is encouraged that you explore other languages such as JavaScript or Lua or Python, because doing simple things is a little bit easier when it's text-based. Okay, send the link. Stop it. Well, it's because I wanted to see if the bat could just log whatever he was saying. Look, I'll give you a good example of what I was trying to do. Okay, let's kind of agree to explore something a little bit more practical for a second. Okay, look. So I'm on a Windows machine and I'm using Chrome. I've hit Control Shift J to bring up my JavaScript console. These are like the developer tools. Okay, you can go in there. There's you can find them. Just look up the developer tools, how to get the JavaScript console on whatever browser you have. That's what I'm up to. I'm on the JavaScript console over here. I'm going to clear it out. I'm not going to pay attention to any of those warnings or anything like that. So let's see. There's this whole thing, okay, called console log. That's what I was trying to do here, okay? Let me see if I can recreate this, okay? Let me see if I can just recreate this business. So if I do this, if I say document, add event listener, okay? And I guess I'll say oh man, key press, key down. How do I do this? I forgot already. Keyboard events. This is Mozilla. This is where you go to learn JavaScript, okay? This is the language that the internet is in. Keyboard event, location, 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 add event listener keyboard. Add events listener key down. I think that's what I'm up to. Key down. Okay, I'll do it like this. So key down is what I'm listening for. Okay, that would be in Scratch. This is the key down when this key is pressed. Okay, that's listening for the key down event. Okay, this is how, like under the hood, behind the scenes, this is sort of what's going on. Okay, so for key down, what I want to do is I want to pass in the event. Okay, and I want to say console.log event.key. Okay, I'll do that. I'll try it out. So let's see. D? Did I do it? Yeah, I did it. See what I mean? Like it just like, it logs it. Okay, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted the bat to be like saying it, but I think it happens too fast. I think when it happens like 4 times in a row, then it just goes with the last thing that it had, which was D, which was why the bat was saying D. If you didn't follow that, that's okay. I'm just off on one of my tangents and stuff like this. I could show you how a loop works in JavaScript. I could show you that. The change of X and Y. Yeah, it's like, well, what it is, okay, let's back up for a second. Why does the bat go 8 directions? Here's the secret answer. The bat goes 8 directions. The kitty only goes 4 directions, okay? Because these are tied to event listeners. So if I'm holding down the right arrow and then suddenly I hit the up arrow, then now I've got this situation where it's going to forget about the right arrow event or something like that. I think that's what's going on. It's hard to know. Yes, Bella, yes. Yes, it's getting to be that time, Bella. I'd send the link at the end of class. I did send it at the beginning, like a couple of times, I think. But just listen, okay? It's super critical. Okay, so the bat, on the other hand, watch. Like, the bat, I swear to you guys, I wanted it to say it, I wanted to show you visually, but just trust me. Every time I go through this loop is happening again and again and again and again. Similar to this one, but I had to put the wait block here. Like, if I took off the wait block, I think you see what I mean? Like, it goes a little bit faster, right? Because I didn't tell it to wait. Well, that's how many times the bat flapping its wings, that's how often it's asking for the W key. But every time it asks for the W key, it also asks for the A key. And every time it also asks for the S key. And then it executes whatever code is associated with those. I could hold A and D at the same time and the bat would stay in the same spot. But that doesn't mean that it's not running the code to move him to the right and then move him back to the left. Okay? So if I hold both the W and the D key, then it's going like, okay, change Y by kitty speed. And then it goes down and it asks and it asks and it asks and it sees the D and it says, okay, change X by kitty speed. You see what I mean? So every single time he flaps its wings, it's going to do whatever is in here that I told it to do. And if I'm holding down 2 keys, then guess what, you guys? It's going to end up running 2 blocks of code. It's going to run this one and it's going to run this one also. Okay, nothing's going to get interrupted or anything like that. Okay. Man, I'm about to send it to everybody but Bella. Nah, there's too many people. All right, Bella, you got off easy this time. You want the link? Here's the link. Wait, let me fix it. Let me go back inside. But yeah, I don't know. I just think that's not very chill. Like, you know, wanting me to like stop everything just because the thing is that I actually share the link at the end of each class. So if you've actually been with me in the class, then you know that you're going to get the link. So there's really no cause for panic. Okay, so just please be respectful of the other attendees in the future if you want to attend the class. If you don't want to be respectful, go learn somewhere else. Plenty of places to learn Scratch. Plenty of places to learn coding, okay? Around here, we want to be respectful to each other, okay? Thank you. So I'm going to go ahead and share the link. Just because that's, you know, what I do every day. So I'll go ahead and do that then. Yes, it's a live class. That's right. Okay, there you go. Go nuts. Go to town. We covered loops today. We covered loops and we actually touched on lists. I think we've done it, you know, I think we've done it. We've learned how to program in Scratch, right? Didn't we do it? Did we do it? Wait, hold on. Let me back up. We covered all the stuff that I can think of. We covered data types, Booleans. We covered flow control. You know, conditional statements, loops. We covered functions. We made a block today. We covered functions. We covered variables. We basically covered operators. I think I talked about operators to death. So next time, I want you to do whatever you want to do, Haley. Next time we come around, I'm going to, let's make a project. Let's, do something. Let's figure out something that we want to do. And then we'll do it, okay? So, because we already learned how to program. So now let's program something, okay? Did I not do it? Okay, I'm sorry. That was that is my fault. Here you go. All right, there's the link. All right, thanks guys. We'll see you guys on Friday, okay? Have a great day.